The two heroes who rescued Britney Spears' 8-year-old niece Maddie are speaking out for the first time. By some miracle, Victoria Raganath and John Fortner had stationed their ambulance just 2 minutes away in the remote town outside New Orleans when they got the emergency call.
There was an ATV, it had rolled into a pond, and there was a hysterical woman on the phone. We turn on the lights, sirens, and we head to the address.
They had no idea that they were being directed to Jamie Lynn Spears' property. There, they found the vehicle, which Maddie had gotten for her birthday, upside down in the water. A desperate Jamie Lynn and Maddie's stepfather were in the pond trying to right the vehicle.
They were doing everything they could to free her from the ATV. They just weren't successfully able to get to her. We both entered the water to try to flip the ATV over so that we could get out whoever was trapped inside.
They managed to get the ATV on its side, and that's when they saw little Maddie underwater. That was the first time they realized it was a child who was trapped.
When we got to her, she was not conscious, and she was laid across the seat, tangled up in the safety netting that runs around the ATV.
We went to try and pull her out. However, we realized that her head was stuck in something. At that point, we didn't know what it was. The water was so dark, it's pond water. We really couldn't tell. At that point, John was able to free her head from whatever it was.
They got Maddie to dry ground.
When we got her out of the pond, she did not have a pulse and she was not breathing.
John started CPR and I started ventilating her.
Then they got Maddie into the ambulance and raced to rendezvous with the medevac helicopter.
It felt like an eternity, but it was probably between 8 and 10 minutes.
The situation seemed grim. Then a precious spark of life from Maddie.
John was able to get a pulse back on her in the back.
I don't know that there was actually an audible cheer. We're definitely always, there's that inward cheer, we're always very excited, but then the focus pretty immediately turns to sustaining it and getting our patient as stable as we possibly can.
Victoria and John said they are amazed at Maddie's remarkable recovery. She's been released from the hospital and was well enough to spend Valentine's Day handing out candy at her school.
All I could say is that, it was God's hand. It's an amazing feeling.
Prayers answered.